Continuing with the solvent session, now it's my pleasure to introduce Barry Eaton from Dow to discuss the modern applications of Perk. Barry.
Get into a chair first. Thank you, Tim. Thank you for the invitation to TSA. Just to be pedantic, I'm actually from SafeChem. We're a wholly owned subsidiary of Dow, but as you'll see, there's a very close relationship. I think Dow pay better than SafeChem, so if you can work it, Murray, I'll be very grateful. So this is what we're going to talk about, the future of perchlorethylene. We've heard a lot of discussion points in the previous presentation, and I'm sure there'll be some in the ones after, about the future of perchlorethylene. We believe that there's a very strong future for perc. Get the preamble out of the way first. Dow, SafeChem, as you can see, we are linked. Dow was formed in 1897 in Michigan in the States, which is where our headquarters still are. Huge number of manufacturing sites, global. I think we're in the top 3 or 4 chemical companies in the world. 5,000 plus products, whole variety of industries, leaders in terms of science and technology, and by far the largest producer of perchlorethylene in the world. We have a vested interest in a sustainable future for perc. And Dow are undoubtedly as strong as anybody, if not stronger than most, in terms of their desire to have a sustainable, well-used, responsibly used range of products. SafeChem, formed in Germany, which is where we're headquartered, where Tobias, my colleague, has come from this morning, largely in response to German legislation that has rolled out and become European legislation. And our mission is the sustainability and safe use of solvents. So there's the question. I think we'd all like to have something that was ranked near the top or at the top of all the benchmarking quality. Tim talked about the IFI study from 2002. I think he said it also 10 years ago. This is a CINET comparison from 2011. Perk is the left-hand column. As you can see, in terms of stain removal, shrinkage, graying, it performs equally as well, if not better, than any other product. It is the benchmark product in the dry cleaning industry. Lots of discussion over the last few years about perc, and will it still be here, should people use it? And there are lots of issues around perchlorethylene. Some are different in the US in comparison with Europe. We talk about VOCs in both legislations. They actually mean different things. I think Tim would accept that. Perc has all these advantages. It's non-flammable. It has excellent solvency. I can't say it doesn't, but the majority of fabrics and dyes commonly used in the fashion industry are suitable with perchlorethylene. Low viscosity and surface tension, that gives you penetration, dissolving as it's oiling. Environmental responsibility, recycling is the big issue. You've got your green bin outside your house where you recycle things. Perc has been doing it forever. Machines recycle and constantly reuse perc all day long. Evaporation. No need for significant amounts of extra heat for drying. Short drying time, short cycle time. For a busy dry cleaner, those factors can be very important. Separation by specific gravity is easy. Done in the machine as a standard. Prevention for shrinkage and wrinkles. So a lot of benefits for perchlorethylene. Quick and effective separation. There's no potential for assistance in the formation of bugs. We've all had the horrible smell. So The question is, if Perk has all those benefits, which the dry cleaning industry has traditionally taken for granted, if we move away from it, aren't we potentially accepting the second best option? We don't believe that's the way for the dry cleaning industry to go. What we want is management of the undoubted risks that are there for every single product that will be talked about as potential options for the dry cleaning industry. The challenge for all of us, particularly the users, is management of risk. It's something that we're all familiar with. If the gentleman turned on a light switch, we're using a fairly hazardous product, but we manage the risk. That's what we believe the dry cleaning industry should be looking to do with Perchlorethylene. That's what it largely has done for a long time, but it can make improvements. It should make improvements. The alternative is, an acceptance of what we believe is a second best alternative. So the new standard is a complete solution for professional dry cleaners, people who know what they're doing, but want to carry on using a product that they're familiar with, and to give superior quality for the lifestyle of real customers. What do we mean by the new standard? Well, there's a whole variety of elements. We have two grades of Perchlorethylene, Dow Pure Power, and there are a number of people we're very grateful for. They've got it on their stands at this show. Specially formulated, highest quality Perchlorethylene. Dow, our standard Perchlorethylene, again used across the whole of Europe and outside of Europe. It's traditional benchmark. Pure Power offers advantages, but Dow is a proven product that is consistent. It's from our production facilities. We know where every drop is from the moment it's manufactured until it gets to our distributors. What is new is the introduction of the service elements to allow people to prolong the life of their solvent. What we all want is to, it's crazy, isn't it, a chemical seller telling people to use less. But the way forward for the whole industry is to get more mileage out of lower volumes of product. And the way that you have to do that is by management. The service elements, which are the test kit and the stabiliser concentrates, allow users to easily extend the life of their solvent. If you're dragging it out, it won't make any difference, but you can monitor and know where you are. Very important. We have waste management services. Our containers are recyclable, and we're working on a deal where they can be collected with steel residues, free of charge. And when that's formalised, we'll announce it, but that's the route that we believe people should be looking to go. And the thing on the end here, the SafeTainer system is state-of-the-art closed-loop transfer system to ensure that there is no exposure or emissions of solvent to the atmosphere. If you don't use the SafeTainer, all of Dow's product moving forward will be in certified metal cans. Most plastic containers that have been available in the UK are high quality. They are leach resistant. They are not leach proof, they are leach resistant. Metal cans are leach proof. Our product will either be in SafeTainer or metal cans moving forward. Why should you consider the SafeTainer? There's no risk, or a huge reduction in risk during transport. There's no potential for contamination of soil and water. That's the big issue for Perchlorethylene. SafeTainer and metal cans undoubtedly are a huge benefit in prevention of that issue. It ensures that there's safe and easy filling in the machine. You don't open cans and lift them up. You have to manually handle them. There's a secondary issue that comes from having SafeTainer. No one can get at the perk. It can only be sucked out using the closed loop system. There's no unauthorised access to any perchlorethylene by anybody. Extra compliance in terms of health and safety regulations for using chlorinated solvents. There's no emissions, there's no exposure. There's no exposure, there's no safety issue. It's also the best available technology for transport, storage and handling. So if you use SafeTame, then you know that you've done everything that can be asked of you to ensure that there is no risk. If you're going to use perchlorethylene, you want to make sure that the product that you use to give you the service that you sell is of the highest quality all the time. It undoubtedly is when it arrives from us, or our routes to market, but how can you make sure that it stays that way? Well, you can monitor the quality of the solvent with MaxiCheck Pure Power. There are a number of people downstairs and upstairs who have got these things on. You can see how simple they are for you to use. It's something that we would encourage everybody to do. Know where you are, not hope where you are, know where you are. And when the test kit says that you need to, you can make adjustments using the stabiliser concentrates. Small, regular doses into your machine helps maintain the quality of your solvent. So you can get a superior quality and freshness. You maintain your quality, solvent stability. That enables you to guarantee that you get good results. This is the bit I'm not sure that I actually like. It extends the solvent lifetime. You use less. The consumption reduces, the costs go down. That's got to be a benefit to dry cleaners. I don't know how many of you are old enough to remember the 1982 exhibition at the NEC. There was a row of corroded heat exchangers. Poor quality solvent causing corrosion. If you're using these, you know that that's not going to be happening. You will know what the condition of your solvent is. So we won't tell you that it definitely stops corrosion, but it allows you to understand what's happening. Very important for dry cleaners. Prevention is much better than cure. So if you prevent solvent issues, that's a much, much better option for us than having to resolve issues by disposal of solvent. Lots of machines downstairs, they're all fancy. Some of them are quite complicated, as we saw in the previous presentation. It's quite understandable if anybody is considering investing in machines, they will want to know that they're going to get the opportunity to get a return on their investment. It's a fair question. Am I, as a dry cleaner, doing the right thing considering investing in Perc? Lots of people will tell you, no, you're not. We believe that these manufacturers, are all our partners, believe that there is a future. They wouldn't be selling as many Perc machines as they are, or being proudly displaying these huge great posters. I think there's something like 3 metres by 4 in their manufacturing sites if they didn't believe that there was a future for Perc. No machinery manufacturer in their right mind is going to promote something where they don't see any future. These guys all do. Not one manufacturer, there are a variety. And we believe that there is undoubtedly a very strong position for Perc, and people should have confidence in its long-term sustainability. Manufacturers of the solvent do, manufacturers of the machines do. We believe that the dry cleaning industry should. That's our promise to users. We're committed to the sustainable use of perchlorethylene. To make things sustainable, everybody has to accept responsibility, including you, the users. We know what the risks are of perchlorethylene. They're manageable. The emissions are regulated. And if I may, just as an aside, every solvent in Europe that will be talked about here, other than water, is a VOC. It's to do with the different definition of VOCs in Europe and the US. If anybody wants to be bored afterwards, I'll explain the differences in definition. But every solvent that will be discussed at this exhibition is a VOC in Europe. That doesn't matter, because all of the machines allow a guarantee of compliance. The process technology is already here. The machines allow people to ensure that they can comply with emissions. If you have bad practice and you don't dry, and you take a lot of perk out with your garments, then you'll be non-compliant. That's not a machinery issue. That's not a solvent issue. That's a bad practice issue. That's what the industry has to address. In Safe Tailor we have waste solvent take back and recycling. It's regulated. We've got collection services available. Again, in the UK, the vast majority of people use one company. It begins with W. We believe that they're very supportive of the idea of the new standard. They are working with us, or will be working with us, in terms of the recovery and recycling of the metal cans. They won't come back into the dry cleaning industry, but they can be handled. And we believe that they'll be handled without cost. So what do we believe for PERC? Cynic believe that PERC, for years to come, it remains a frequently used cleaning process for high quality dry cleaning. It's here, it's the solvent of most people's choice. What we all have that responsibility to do is to ensure that it's used properly. Safe Chem and our partners can allow you to do so. This is your bit. What can you do? There's the dry cleaning training study program. Consider. We would encourage every dry cleaner to at least look at it, to consider working through it. From our perspective, what we would ask you all to consider is to find a new standard, get your own houses in order. Our partners will allow you and help you to do so, and make sure that you have best practices. None of those best practices are difficult. They're nice, simple processes for every dry cleaner. If you do that, then hopefully you'll join us in believing that there's a very strong, sustainable, safe future for Perchlorethylene. Thank you.
Thanks, Barry. That was excellent.